Hello, and welcome back to Sharpshooter Wrestling. In today's video, we look at 5 iconic heel turns in wrestling history. But before we do that, if this is your first time here, remember to hit that like and subscribe button and punch that notification bell to stay up to date when I drop future videos. Number 5. Austin aligns with McMahon. This massive moment in wrestling history deserves to be on this list due to the impact it had on the wrestling industry as a whole. Austin's heel turn marked the start of the Attitude Era, without doubt the greatest period in wrestling history. It was on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 17, in Stone Cold's backyard of Austin, Texas, and he'd be facing the People's Champion, The Rock, for the WWF title. No DQ, setting up a history-making moment. Austin told The Rock he had to beat him during an interview with Jim Ross, signaling then he would do anything and everything to make that happen, including joining forces with the evil Mr. McMahon. Nearing the end of the match, Vince McMahon would pass Stone Cold a steel chair, and one of the most brutal beatdowns in history would commence. Austin would destroy The Rock with that chair, repeatedly hitting him over and over until The Rock was barely able to move so he could pick up the victory and the WWF Championship title. But are we really that surprised he joined McMahon? He is a rattlesnake after all, and like Austin always said, DTA, don't trust anybody. Number 4. Chris Jericho throws Shawn Michaels through the Jeritron. It was Raw 2008, and when good guys have a legitimate reason to turn heel, it makes the turn that much better. What caused Jericho to attack Michaels was simple. The fans of the WWE continued to cheer for Michaels, even though he had cheated his opponent Bautista to gain an important victory over the Animal. This heel turn plays a mirror image for Michaels, but this time he be the one getting his head thrown through something. Over time, Jericho had grown to learn that HBK was just something much different than he thought he was. Jericho then developed his own darker, more methodical self on the lead up to WrestleMania 19. This brilliant heel turn showed the evolution of Chris Jericho, from being an arrogant, self-loving prima donna to a battle-tested psychological ringmaster. So really, Jericho just took his idol and his ideals he based his own character on and smashed them through the Jeritron and evolved into something so much better and iconic than he was before. Just goes to show, you should always believe in yourself before you believe in a false idol. Number 3. CM Punk on the WWE. Back in the summer of 2011, Punk's issues with the WWE were aired publicly for all to hear during his famous pipe bomb promo. Fast forward to the summer of 2012, and Punk was the biggest star in the company. But when Dwayne Johnson came back for his second match in his back-to-back stints at WrestleMania, a line from Punk's pipe bomb came back to light. The fact that Dwayne is in the main event of WrestleMania next year and I'm not makes me sick. The anti-McMahon persona was the reason for Punk not accepting The Rock coming back and taking a spot from a full-timer like himself. Frankly, I agree. Part-timers suck. And on a must-see episode of Monday Night Raw, CM Punk's confrontation with The Rock would take place. Punk had his reasons, and he was fed up of being ignored. No matter how hard he worked, it just didn't matter. He saw The Rock as the main reason of what was wrong with the WWE, and he let The Rock know, telling him, "Your arms are too short to box with God." One clothesline and a GTS later, and the most popular heel in all of wrestling was born. Number 2. The barbershop window incident. As iconic and memorable as this heel turn was, it was very simple and to the point. The breakup of the colorful and energetic tag team The Rockers was shocking and heartbreaking for both members of the tag team. Shocking because the Rockers were loved by all, well, except for Shawn Michaels I guess, and heartbreaking because we wouldn't see another tag team like this again. Shawn Michaels was tired and simply just wanted more out of his career. He was done using Marty Jannetty, so he did what he thought was best. And that was kicking the head off his former tag team partner with a super kick. And to add insult to injury, he then threw Jannetty head first through the glass of the barbershop window. Both members of the beloved tag team had two very different trajectories after this incident. Shawn would go on to stardom, winning multiple championships, winning the Royal Rumble, and even being part of one of the most fan-favored tag teams ever in D-Generation X, while the other went off to never be heard of again. Talk about a career killer. Number 1. Seth Rollins turns on the Shield. Out of the 4 previous heel turns, none caught me more off guard than this one. Like a knife into the victim of Michael Myers on Halloween night, in 2014, Rollins flipped the switch and went full heel on Monday Night Raw, hitting both his brothers in arms with nasty chair shots, thus breaking up the Shield. Rollins aligned with Triple H and the Authority. While Ambrose and Reigns would go off on their own, the Shield was never the same and would never repair the damage that Seth had caused. The group had done all they could together, so of course WWE broke them up. Why couldn't it have been the New Day that broke up instead? I asked myself then, why Seth, why? And again, it was simple. Just like Shawn Michaels, Seth was done with the partners he had. He got all he could from them and wanted to move on. He wanted a bigger spotlight, more attention, and more power, and he couldn't do that with the Shield. So why not take the offer from your boss and have everything you ever wanted? A phone call or text message wouldn't do. I guess you want to have a more personal touch. Well, that's gonna do it for me. I hope you enjoyed my 5 iconic heel turns in wrestling history. Leave a comment on which heel turn was your favorite, and if your pick wasn't on my list, let me know what heel turn is your favorite in the comments as well, and I'll catch you next time here at Sharpshooter Wrestling.